Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another video of Bobby reacts to COD Mobile patch notes. I think we're going to kind of give up on calling them balance changes, because I think for them to be balance changes, there would have to be buffs and nerfs, and for the 11th update in a row, there are 0 meaningful nerfs, so we're just going to call it patch notes for all intents and purposes from this point forward. Hopping into things, ISO improved, ADS spread by 5 for the opening amount, which is not bad. FSS Revolution Barrel, increased bullet speed buff by 10%. Forge Tac Ultralight, which I think is the strafe stock, extra 7% strafe. That's all fine. Not going to do anything to move it into the meta. Peacekeeper Task Force Barrel, reduced vertical recoil penalty by 5%, reduced horizontal recoil penalty by 5%. Field Agent Grip, reduced strafe penalty by 8%, so that'll be nice as well. Neither of those can impact the time to kill, so we probably won't see much of a change. ASM 10, no stock, increased the strafe speed buff by 5%, and 33 round extended mag removed the movement speed penalty. That'll actually be really nice. That was like the one big downside to that, which I felt like was a must-use attachment, so that'll be convenient. ICR Integral Suppressor now increases lower arm multiplier by 0.05. That's not bad. I am curious to see what that'll do to the 3-tap consistency, because that could actually low-key be a game changer. 38 round fast reload, reduced magazine capacity by 2. Okay. Increased upper arm multiplier. Oh, from 1 to 1. We've just got random fast reload magazines that are increasing multipliers. And then macro mag increases stomach multis. Wait, okay. ICR might be a little juicy next season. That's super random. We've just got random magazines increasing multipliers. I don't think we've ever really seen that before. Holger, improved range profile. 6 meters in the second damage phase. Not bad. Increased bullet impact. Lightweight mag now increases multiplier from 1 to 1.1. Okay, are we doing this for like all ARs now? I guess it's an LMG, but that's like the AR magazine, you know? Okay, that's actually very interesting. This is a more interesting patch notes than I had initially realized. ASVAL improved bullet spread accuracy. I didn't realize the opening BSA for the ASVAL was that good. Obviously, 23 down to 10, not bad. Skeleton stock, strafe speed buff from 15 to 25%. All right, that'll be interesting. CX9, 30 round mag, lower arm multiplier. Oh my gosh, these are like a lot of substantial buffs. Multiplier for the lower arm from 1 to 1.2 is kind of big. 50 round drum gets an extra 15% damage range. Okay. Obviously, I would have liked to see some nerfs, but these are very interesting buffs that I definitely was not expecting. Added an 8% hipfire spread buff for the 30-round magazine as well. Okay, Switchblade increased leg multiplier from 0.9 to 1 and improved the bullet spread accuracy, at least for the closing BSA. That's nice. Slug round reduced fire interval by a lot, by 100 mil. Okay. They're like making actual changes now. This is not like the little, oh, it's got a 0.12 faster strafe speed. These are like actual time to kill changes that are gonna make it so that the balance changes are actually somewhat entertaining to test out. I like that. FR556 damage profile change from 27/2019 to 30/27/2019. Wait. Dude, that's like 3 more damage, right? Am I crazy? Damage profile changed. Oh, it got an additional... It got an additional damage phase? Okay, so the first damage phase got split in half, so in close range it hits 30 damages before it was maxed out at 27. Okay, that's actually kind of nice for the FR as well. I'll have to see what the multipliers look like and see if that has any type of 3-tap consistency now. MK2 Marksman Rifle increased movement speed by a pretty good amount, increased lower arm multiplier by 0.1. You have to see what the 1-tap consistency looks like on that. M1 Grand, only a BR. Don't care about that change. Death Machine buff is a good thing, I think. Death Machine was definitely one of the strongest operators in the game. Tempest buff was absolutely a good thing. There's no question. Probably the best operator in the game right now, especially in high-level ranked, high SBMM rank, whatever you want to call it. Misdirection device reduced active duration by 4 seconds as well. Goliath buffed movement speed and strafe speed. I don't think that was really necessary. In general, I would be fine if they never buffed another score streak again. Gunship, increase ammo capacity of all guns. That's dumb. It's just going to be more people using persistence, but you know what? It is what it is. Buff the orbital laser. Duration from 12 to 14. Dumb. Thermite, max burn damage from 17 to 20. Dumb. Quick strike, that's the operator, I guess. Increase dash distance. Oh, that's BR. That's BR buffs for quick strike, defender. I don't know what any of these mean, so I'm not going to give much of an input on it. Shockwave, spotter, and then the last one, which is very interesting. So for those of you who didn't see it, we had a change last season to Perk Greed where it had various nerfs to the different perks that you were able to equip in that second red slot. So for Martyrdom, it slowed down the detonation time pretty substantially. I think it went from 1.25 to like 2.1 or something like that, which I think was a really good change. They reverted that change, so it's now back to 1.25, but if you do have Martyrdom in that slot where you get the extra perk from Perk Greed, you have reduced damage and reduced damage radius. So I'm not mad about it. I would be fine if they kept the slower detonation and they had reduced damage and they had reduced damage radius. I think that's best case scenario. But overall, not a terrible rework in my opinion. The big thing is, how are we still not nerfing anything? I'm not even going to say I don't think this is a good approach. I know it is not a good approach to constantly buff every gun in the game until every gun's broken. Like, that's not going to make it more enjoyable for anyone. You look, and it's all green across the board. Every single balance change that we have, it's all green everywhere. Obviously, the exception being the operators. I'm glad they nerfed operators. Probably a big reason for this is because they realized, hey, if we're going to let people run 2 operators at the same time, that might need to be balanced a little bit. So there's probably a lot of operators that still need to be nerfed as a result of them adding that into the game. I think they're realizing some of that after the fact, as they did with Perk Greed and the changes they made there. I am very interested to try out the different multiplier changes that we have for different magazines, like the lightweight mag for the Holger. Get the CX9 with a 1-to-1.2 lower arm multiplier. Lower arm is one of the most frequent multipliers that you're going to hit, so that's actually going to be very interesting. But overall, looks like interesting buffs. Please give us more nerfs. That's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next one.